And the scores of the suckler cow would be from 1 to 5. 1 would be very thin, and 5 is very fat. Each score is divided into 4, so an animal could be 0.25 or 0.5, 0.75 or 1. Right, condition score of a suckler cow is determining the level of fat on the animal. There's about 5 areas of the animal that you check for the condition score. Number 1 would be the line area. The line area is the backbone of the animal. It's between the front of the hip bone to the first rib. So you're feeding along this area here. As you can see along here, this area, you can feel the backbone and it's actually sticking up. The second area I would be checking would be the tail head, or around the pin bones, this area here, the pin bones. As you can see here, the pin bones are prominent, so you actually could feel them, and there's not that much fat on them. The third area I would go back and check would be the ribs. Just along here. As you can feel, when I press firmly along there, I can feel each rib. The fourth area would be the lumbar process. There's 3 bones here, and I can feel them very easily. And the last area, I stand back and look at the cow myself, at the overall picture of the cow. I would give her a score of 2.25. This cow here, as you see, she's nicely covered around the ribs, just covered. Lumbar process, along the backbone, well covered. Not carrying too much fat. When you walk back along here to the tail head and the pin bones, as you see along here, slightly covered. This cow is an ideal score of 3. A condition score of 3 would be ideal for calving down because she's carrying very little fat on her pin bones, and when she's condition score 3, the calf won't be that over heavy inside her. So basically, with a condition score of 3, she's ideal for calving down. Once the condition score is 3 or more, you cannot, number 1, you cannot see the backbone, or 2, you can't actually feel it along the line of the back. As you can see here, this cow here is a very well covered cow, so the line area you cannot see it or you cannot feel it. As you go back along here, our lumbar process is very well covered and you cannot feel it really. As you stand back and look at the ribs or feel the ribs, number 1, you look at the ribs, you cannot see the ribs and you cannot feel them. So she's very well covered along the ribs, so that's not going to give me a very good indicator of a fat score. So I go back along to the tail head here, which is very well covered as well. Pin bones cannot be seen, and I cannot feel them because there's so much fat covered there. As you see, this cow is a very fat cow. She has a condition score of 4.5. She is too fat to go back in calf, and also definitely would be too fat to have a calf, because with the level of fat there, with a 50 kilo calf, there's very little room to come out. Condition score of this cow, as you can see her ribs quite prominently along there. She has very, very little cover along the ribs there. The lumbar process is very sharp, you can feel them very easily. See, the cow is quite thin along this area here. The backbone, or along the backbone, as you can see, it's sticking up and you can feel it. There's no fat cover whatsoever on it. When you come to the pin bones and the tail head, there's very little cover there. This cow is I give this cow a condition score of 1.75. Poor enough condition. Need to be 2 or 2.5 to go back in calf, so that cow needs to be in a better condition to go back in calf.